Hi guys, this is Lee and Paul from Wedding Sounds. Today we're doing episode 1 of a brand new podcast that we're setting up. Now today we're going to be interviewing each other and just having a general chat regarding weddings and wedding DJing in general. But over the next sort of few weeks we are going to be interviewing other suppliers, maybe some event managers from venues if we can as well. Just to give you guys a bit more information about weddings, so when you're planning you can understand a few more things along the way. That's the whole idea of this podcast. So today we're just going to have a chat between me and Paul. Keep watching.
Brilliant.
Excellent. So so just getting onto the subject of wedding DJs, first of all, Paul, obviously this is something that me and you do. It's our full-time living. It's something we both really enjoy, isn't it?
It is, definitely. Yeah, it's really good. I think what I really like about the weddings is the challenge of getting people dancing and seeing people's faces and they're enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic business to be in, don't you think?
Oh, it is. I absolutely love it. I mean, there's no better feeling than a full dance floor and stuff. You know, seeing everybody really enjoying themselves. You know, it's amazing. It really, really is. And you know, you have to be adaptable, don't you, with weddings? You really do.
Yeah. Like I say, from my background of nightclub, it's so different. It's like chalk and cheese.
Yeah.
Some of it crosses over, but a lot of it doesn't. It's a real challenge to get people dancing and to understand how to control the dance floor at a wedding compared to a nightclub.
100%. It really is, because obviously, at a wedding, you've got different age groups. You've got the grandparents, you've got young children, you've got all your friends around your age. So you've got to try and play genres that's going to work for everybody. So
also, really people that don't dance and because without having alcohol. So you've got to wait if they're evening guests. You've got to wait for the alcohol to kick in before they start dancing. So it does come with a lot of challenges, and I think that is a good thing, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the things that we do at Wedding Sounds, which really helps a lot as well, is we do give people an online portal where they can make requests beforehand.
Yeah.
And that is a really important tool, because it's really important to understand, what the bride and groom's sort of taste in music is before, isn't it? So we can sort of work with our playlists and work with the vibe to create the perfect night.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think what we've noticed lately as well is we have started offering the club packages, where we do sort of normal music till 9 o'clock, and then we take it more into either dance, R&B, clubland, that sort of stuff after 9. Yeah. That's been so popular.
Yeah.
And that's sort of...
It is. And that's what me and you really enjoy, isn't it? And to be honest, me personally, I love your 90s dance, your noughties dance, R&B, throwback R&B, history style music, probably a good way of explaining it. I love all that sort of thing. Obviously I'm 40 myself, so that's sort of my era, sort of the early 2000s. So when we get into that type of music, then I'm definitely in the element with that personally. Yeah. Same with you, really, isn't it?
Yeah. I never get fed up with it, really. And I think you don't get fed up with it because you see the energy on the dance floor.
Yeah.
I think it's really nice to sort of push the BPM and to get that sort of speed up on the tracks, to be able to see the energy in people. And
that's a key point, energy, because it is about keeping the energy, particularly with that type of music later on in the night.
Yeah.
To keep people on the dance floor, you've got to keep the energy.
Yeah.
You probably don't play songs the whole way through. Like some DJs may play like a song for 4 or 5 minutes. That's far too long to play one song.
Yeah.
For us, we like to keep the energy, probably 2.5, 3 minutes per song maximum.
Yeah.
As you say, keeping it at the tempo, that's important, isn't it?
And there's a big question that's around, is mixing important at weddings?
Of course it is.
Your view, yeah.
Of course it is.
We're both the same. We both say,
Because mixing creates the energy, because it's transitioning from one song to the next, which is giving it that energy and keeping that flow.
Yes.
If you're just fading it in and fading it out, and it's different songs that don't really fit in well together, then you're not keeping the energy. No. So that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah. And like you were saying, you spoke to me before about, that the sort of the age group that we are dealing with now that are getting married are sort of late 20s, early 30s probably, and they're all big into like the clubs and it's what they expect now.
Yeah, I mean, guys, don't get me wrong, there is some people that do like different genres. I mean, we're talking quite a lot about sort of, you know, dance, R&B.
Yeah, so we're sort of the club style,
but there is different genres that we do play as well, and obviously being a wedding DJ, you have to be really adaptable, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, obviously there's nights where you get people asking for quite a lot of indie, so we do all that type of music as well. You've obviously got pop punk is really quite popular.
Very
with a lot of
popular
people at the moment.
Yeah.
And occasionally, believe it or not, guys, we've had nights where people have asked for heavy metal. Obviously, it's not really our thing, but we will play it because at the end of the day, it's what people want. It's their wedding.
Yeah.
We let them have their say, and that's what we do.
That's the wedding DJ compared to the nightclub where, you know, you're a house DJ or you're a commercial dance DJ.
Yeah.
At a wedding, you're everything.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be really adaptable to playing whatever works.
You do.
And you, like I say, this is where I say every wedding is individual because you never know what's going to happen. I think that's again what's exciting about it, really, and interesting to see where.
Yeah.
You know, I worked with a sax player a little while ago, and he said that he was with me from the start, and he said it was like a journey where you went through the different parts of the music, and you. He said it was it flowed so well, but it went through all sorts, which is really nice. Which I think that's what a wedding is, really.
Absolutely. You do have to please everybody. And as much as obviously you want that type of vibe all night, it's not always the case. You sometimes have to put, you have to please your grandparents occasionally. So, but no, it's a job we both really enjoy, isn't it? It really is.
I think as well. I think we have to remember is that it's such a big thing to bride and grooms, and that's what they book us. You know, it's not just a disco, it's not an event, it's actually someone's wedding that's only going to happen once, and they're looking for the perfect DJ that's going to work with them and be the right
and that's the
person
thing
for
with
night.
us guys as well. I mean, obviously there's a lot of competition out there DJ wise, and obviously there's people that are a little bit cheaper than us, which is fine, but the one thing I will say is, although setups is really important, we obviously put a lot of emphasis into the setup as well.
Yeah.
It's probably not the most critical factor, is it, when you're booking a DJ?
It's not. I think a lot of brides that are getting married at the barns, that a lot of the ones that we work at, they look for a nice setup that's going to fit in really well with the venue, which obviously we supply, and then also finding a DJ that's also going to be at that sort of level that's going to be, going to work with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so obviously we offer a lot of different packages on Wedding Sounds, not just the evening DJ.
Yeah.
Obviously we do all-day weddings as well, don't we?
Yeah, the all day is great. And you get a real sort of connection with the bride and groom from being there, before they actually get married.
Absolutely.
So we're doing the ceremony and then the music for the meal, the wedding breakfast. It's great.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely fantastic. And as you say, you build that rapport, with the bride and groom. You particularly meet the groom quite a lot, shaking his hand before the ceremony. Then at the end of the ceremony, we're obviously saying hi to the bride and groom. So you're building that rapport straight away.
I think also with the guests as well, don't you? You get more in with the guests that are there in the afternoon.
You do, than if you're just turning up in the evening, 100%.
Yeah, you don't get so much in the evening. It's more in the daytime. You do get a full.
And don't forget we do a bit of music for drinks reception as well, and we can just do a little DJ set for drinks reception. We do obviously work with a lot of saxophonists and things as well, so we can do obviously DJ and sax. We've got actually a bongo player as well, so DJ sax and bongos. We've done that recently at a wedding.
Yeah.
The vibe was incredible. You imagine you've just got married and the party basically starts straight away.
Yeah.
So it really was incredible, that was.
Yeah.
We did that one at the Mill Barnes, I think it was, in about October last year. Yeah, it was a great night that was.
And then obviously we are just looking to introduce the new package with the optional bonkers bingo.
Yeah.
Like we did the other night.
Exactly. Obviously, you guys have probably seen other videos and reels of the bonkers bingo we did for the Tawny and the Best Day Ever venues. So we've got a great relationship with all those venues, and they asked me, DJ and Paul to do the photo booth for their event, and it was really, really fantastic.
It was really, really good.
The energy, I mean, it's incredible, but like we kind of knew that because we know they've got a brilliant team.
Yeah.
All the girls, they're absolutely fantastic at all those venues.
That's right. So shall we let them know how that would work with the how we would fit that in on the day?
Yes, so Bonkers Bingo on the day, what it would be, probably, this is what I have in mind. Bear in mind, we haven't really done it for too many weddings yet, this is a brand new thing. But we think it's kind of a replacement, not a replacement if you want these.
It's an optional.
An optional idea, but rather than having, say, singing waiters.
Yes.
So if you can think about a wedding, and you think about singing waiters go on after the meals, after the speeches, for half an hour, 45 minutes or whatever. Now, we think Bonkers Bingo, you could play 1 or 2 games within that time, and create the energy. So you're doing that and creating energy straight after the meal, so you're getting the party started early.
Yeah, so it's similar to what Singing Waiters are doing, covering the same sort of time, but it's just an optional extra. And something different.
Exactly, something different, but something that, again, we're talking about energy, and that's really important at weddings. You've just had a big 3-course meal. A lot of people might be feeling a bit sleepy at that time. So it's about keeping them awake, getting them going straight away.
Yeah. And it's about offering something different. We're obviously constantly thinking all the time, right, what's next, next, what we're doing next, and trying to come up with sort of new ideas for weddings and to be able to offer guests rather than just having the same things to choose from.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget as well, the other thing to mention about all-day weddings is we're hosting as well, so we are doing all the announcements throughout the day.
All the announcements throughout the day, so that it always works really well and flows really well with the... The good thing is we've got a good rapport with the venues and the venue staff that we can just take over and we can organise everything and do all the give out all the information that's required.
Yeah, and the bit I always love is the grand entrance into the room as well for the wedding breakfast.
Yes.
So you get everybody seated, get everybody ready, and then you get the bride and groom at the entrance to the room. You get everybody upstanding on their feet, get them to wave their napkins in the air.
Yeah, go mad.
And go absolutely mad. Crank the volume up just as they walk in. The bride and groom can choose whatever song they like. The recent one we've had is like Free From Desire.
Yeah.
Everybody comes in, everyone going mad dancing.
Yeah.
And then obviously after that it obviously goes back to background music. But again, it's just creating that energy at that point of the day. So these are the extras and the advantages you get if you're having an all-day wedding DJ.
Yeah.
And obviously we do an exclusive packages now at Wedding Sound, so you can have meal pool all day, and you can guarantee it's us if you book us. So that's one thing we are doing, which is great now as well. Exclusive packages.
Yeah, trying to come up with all different options for bride and groom to choose from.
Yeah.
And if you're unsure which way to go, just give us a call.
Yeah, and talking about options and extras. Obviously we've got the photo booths, which is a really big thing for Wedding Sounds as well. We have so many people now that decide that they want to book the DJ and the photo booth as a package.
As a package. And the great thing now rather than the old-fashioned sort of photo booths that you get 2 or 3 people in, we're now using the photo pods with a background, and you can have sort of up to 10, 15 people in a photo. And people are loving that and the freedom that you
Absolutely, because you can get the camera angle really wide on them now as well, which is great.
Also, the great thing, what people are absolutely loving, is being able to instantly airdrop to their phone or email or text. And then they've got the photos to share rather than just a photo.
Absolutely. So that's the thing with the photo booths. You're not just getting a guest book. You are getting the digital copies, so they can share them straight to Instagram. So that's
which I think is more important than these. I think that's changed a lot, hasn't it? From just having a print that put it on your fridge. You've now got one that you can share.
And let's be honest, if guests are going to come and use the photo booth at your wedding and they're only getting a print, they're going to put it in a handbag and they're going to forget.
Probably get lost.
Exactly. So if they're getting a digital copy as well, they're going to be able to put that on the phone and be able to share it.
No, I think that works very well. So, what other extras have we got?
We've got obviously the Mr. and Mrs. letters, which are really popular.
They are.
So they look really, really good. The love letters as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, little things that Wedding Sound started to do last year as well is the mini golf.
Mini golf, yes. Outdoor games.
Outdoor games as well with
Yeah.
mini golf, yeah. So we're doing all of that, which is really, really good.
Yeah.
We've also got things like the audio guest books that we've done as well, but they're not so popular as they once were. But that,
No,
again, that's
I think the one that's going to be really big this year that we've got quite a lot of bookings for is the sparklers, the indoor fireworks,
Absolutely.
the first dance. They are amazing. So have a look for those on the website and look at the videos on how amazing they look and how it really sets your first dance off. That's
the sparkle is
worth
great,
having.
and obviously we've got the LED dance floor that we do as well.
Dance floor.
But again, it's all depending on your budget. Obviously these things aren't essential; they're
No.
extras, but they are really nice extras.
Yes.
So if you have got that budget there for them, then they are really a nice add-on, aren't they?
Yeah.
So one thing I would like to say as well is about booking early,
Yes.
because we've had a really busy start to the year with new bookings. A lot of people obviously are booking now for 2026.
Yes.
But you'll be surprised how many people are now booking for 2025, or trying to still book for 2025.
Yes. And we can't get them in.
And we can't get them in. So the amount
Yeah.
of people we're turning away is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's not just the case for us; it's the case for a lot of other wedding suppliers that I've spoken with as well.
Same, yeah. Especially on the main dates, through your July, August, those sort of dates. It's they've already gone. Unfortunately, we can't get any more weddings in, which is such a shame, really.
It is. Yeah. So that's a really important thing I will say with every wedding supplier, guys, is make sure that you book them as soon as possible. Especially if it's somebody that you really, really want. Photographers, DJs, videographers, every type of supplier, book them as soon as you can.
Yeah. And with Wedding Sounds, you don't necessarily need to think of the complete package that you want. If you just literally get a DJ booked with the date, and then in the time leading up to your wedding, you can look at all the different add-ons and add things as you go. That's not a problem. All you do is just pay your deposit to book the DJ, and then that's it.
Yeah, excellent. So just moving on to ask a few questions about yourself, Paul.
Yeah.
How did you get into DJing?
For
yourself?
DJing, I think I started around about the age of 7, where my grandma had a great big room in her house, and I'd have people around with the record player and a few fairy lights. I think some workmen had left some of the yellow flashing lights that you'd put on around the roadworks, and then I brought those in, and then to borrow them for an hour, and then I think teenagers I sort of organised events at school, and in my 20s contacted a local DJ, and I started going out with him, and it was brilliant. I just went from there, and I just loved it. I just loved the entertaining side of it. I say it's very different in the 90s from what it is now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot's changed. We're all digital DJs now, aren't we? Really?
Yeah, I started on records.
Yeah.
Which was fun.
Yeah, definitely. Vinyl.
Yeah, nice to have done it all, really. But it's definitely a lot easier now.
Yeah.
Having to lug big cases of records around.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Myself, I started in my bedroom really when I was like 14, 15.
Yeah.
I used to have a little thing that my mum and dad bought me called a home mix. It was really, really like a real basic CD DJ controller.
Yeah.
And I used to put CDs, obviously. I used to put, because it was in the late 90s sort of thing, it was all CDs, there was no MP3s or anything either. I used to buy the CDs from HMV every weekend and whatever with the latest records, and used to practice in the bedroom. And that's really how I sort of got into it. And then obviously I did start doing like pubs and a few bars and clubs, and then eventually I embarked on going into like mobile DJing myself.
Yeah.
And that was sort of, in my early 20s, I'd say. But it was more of a hobby at that time.
Yeah.
I did other jobs in the day.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until sort of like sort of the early start of the 2010s really is when I started Wedding Sounds and started getting into it as a full-time job.
Yeah.
And then obviously then we've embarked on moving on to like meeting you and growing as a team.
Yeah.
So that's sort of my journey.
Yeah. What about highlights? Have you got some standout highlights?
Lots of highlights from amazing events. One of the things that I did a few years ago when I was DJing at Pendrell Hall is, do you know the Channel 4 TV programme, Married at First Sight?
Yes.
So I was asked to DJ for those weddings, which is
yeah.
quite unusual, because obviously anybody who's watched Married at First Sight will obviously know that it's when people are put together that have never met and they marry each other there.
Yeah.
Well, I had to do the after party disco.
Yeah.
For 2 weddings at Pendrell
Right.
Hall, actually. So that was quite different. I did appear on the telly a couple of times with it during the night, obviously announcing the first dance. But, yeah, very strange atmosphere, to be honest. But no, it was good. A good highlight of it, really. But I suppose there's many highlights. The fact that I moved from being an individual DJ to moving on to having a bit of a company where we're a team of 4.
Yeah.
Well, with more. When I say a team of 4 DJs, but we've also got like Rachel, our admin manager, and stuff as well. So we've moved on from being. We're still a small business, obviously, but we've moved on from being an individual to having a few of us.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. So what about your highlights?
Highlights? Oh, absolutely, so many really. The nightclubs during the sort of early 2000s where you were playing trance and you just got thousands of people, with their hands in the air, was, hair on the arm up moment sort of thing, really.
Absolutely.
To mobile DJing, to doing sort of the Royals. I've done quite a few Dukes and Duchess weddings as well. With Dire Straits. Oh, there's just so many. There really is. But it's been, a real good journey.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, with working with Wedding Sounds, you've had lots of highlights working in weddings, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been great. The venues are fantastic to work at, and you've only got to look back over the videos and that we've done, throughout the couple of years, and the bride takeovers, something that nobody else is really doing. That they've gone down so well, and it's lovely just to see people like that having such an amazing time.
Yeah, the bride takeovers are brilliant, aren't they?
Yeah.
They really do work well, and the brides and the grooms, they absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Getting behind the decks and having a go.
Yeah.
Really enjoy it, don't they?
Yeah.
And to be fair, that was your idea. You did the one. You were the first person that started.
Come up with that.
We all do it now. So
Yeah.
I'll do some. But
Yeah.
Paul is the man that started the bride takeover. That's
Still fairly unique to Wedding Sounds. A few people have had a go, but we sort of we bossed it, haven't we?
We did. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you really enjoyed watching the first podcast that we've done. Thanks for your help on it today, Paul. Much appreciated.
Yeah, it's been great.
It really has. Yeah, so keep watching, guys. We're going to be doing, as I say, lots of other videos over the coming weeks. But in the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.
Like, subscribe, and any other videos that you think would look great and we should do them, put in the comments, or any questions. Brilliant.
Thank you.